I'm excited about this because we've been down there and we covered it and everything else a couple times. The Everett Theatre in Middletown, Delaware, and I want to talk about that because that's probably one of the best theaters in this town. Intimate setting, 400 something seats.
450.
Yeah, and of course this is Don Mueller, Vice Chairman of the Board of Directors down there. You've been down there for how long now, Don?
About a year and a half.
Yeah, and you're very excited about what's going on.
I am.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. I think the Everett Theatre is just an outstanding and unique type of structure and facility for a town like Middletown. And it's quite an attraction, I think, for the area. And there's a lot of exciting things we can do, I think, to promote it even a little bit better.
But it's one of the things I look at when I look at the Everett is the history of the Everett Theatre. When you look at that, that's one of the first buildings in Delaware. I mean, you know, when you think about it, I mean, you go all the way back. I guess the first one went up in early 1800s. And,
yes.
And
there was an opera house.
Yeah, and then it burned down.
And it burned down. And then this one was built in 1922. So it's our 90th anniversary next year.
Wow. And so, you know,
Well, they actually had two that caught fire, right?
Yeah.
And then this is the third incarnation.
Third incarnation.
They thought, well, it can't happen 3 times. They didn't realize the ceiling could fall down. Of course, you weren't there then, but that was
predated me by a year.
Yeah. And
We're past that. Unfortunately, we've got it all refurbished on the side of the theater, and we've expanded with a Gibby studio as annexed to the theater. So our offerings are more than just theater productions now. They can be art studio and art gallery.
Yeah, well, now I like the
classes.
not only that, but an individual like you that's getting involved, the passions that there. So that tells me somewhere along the way, I know you were an executive and you did the corporate, but somewhere along the way you've been on a stage and
I have.
Yeah, okay, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, this guy, there's no way that he hasn't to get in because it's the arts.
Yes.
And to get into the arts, you really have to be in the arts. And so what have you, let's talk about a little bit about
my own theatrical experience.
Yeah.
It's pretty dated, but I was very active in high school and college, and a little bit after college. I actually directed a play and performed in a few plays.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to do that as much as I would like because my professional career just didn't allow it.
That's what happens. I mean, we start having families, and and then the wife
and
says,
travel,
I want a paycheck coming home and things like that, and somebody's got to buy the house, and and that happens to a lot of folks. I mean, especially musicians. I see that a lot in that industry as these guys come on and they're trying to get their, but they got to go to work. They got to go, they got to go find
it's tough.
a job.
It's a major time commitment if you have a major role in a production.
But you're back and you get to play again.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and you get to play again.
I'm really enjoying it. We're doing some fun productions.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say because
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to look at all the productions and everything that's coming. But you guys got some things coming up. Give me some ideas of what we can look forward to.
Oh, good. Well, this coming weekend we have Sound of Music is being
That's a
done.
great one. Starring yourself?
No, I'm not in this one, but we have a lot of very talented people.
Right.
That's Thursday through Sunday, and then next month we're doing Nonsense, which is another performance, and they're both being done in the Everett Theatre.
Right.
And of course we have ongoing art classes and things for students and different groups on an ongoing basis in the Gibby. So we really have a continuum of
Because it's more than just a theater. The way,
Absolutely.
Yeah, because the way that
Yeah.
I'm seeing it with what you guys are doing with the community, and that's what it's all about. It's a community arts center.
It is.
Is what it is. And
It is.
You happen to have the ability to do a big theater at there, but you guys do a lot of act workshops and
Very much
you
so.
know, it's so much, and you want to develop more and more into that, I guess.
Well, there's 3 contiguous buildings, all right in the middle of Middletown on Main Street, so it's just a prime location. And of course, the theater is the center of that, and then we annexed the Gibby and purchased that.
Was that
which
the
is an
little
old
dance
auto
studio
dealer.
next door?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think an auto dealership perhaps even way before that. And a small structure on the other side, which is we call the annex, and we're looking at different ways to utilize that as well. The Gibby becomes our art focus, art studio, gallery, classes, et cetera, and then the theater has more of the theatrical productions.
Because I always say there's so much talent out here. My God, if you look in society and the different people I've met, artists and things, and having ways to showcase that and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
There again, the Everett is offering a lot. So I want to tell people that are up in this area and around that can see this, you don't have to live in Middletown to get involved with what you guys got going on.
Oh, in fact, our reach is going further and further.
Right.
As we try more theatrical productions that are a little more challenging, we're getting people from as far away, certainly as beyond Wilmington and Dover and up into even into the
Right,
Philly area
right.
and into Jersey a little bit.
You're centrally located, really, for the
are.
state. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like easy, quick, right off Route 1.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
Production-wise, now your shows are, I guess, weekend shows? Do they run through the week or?
Well, typically, if you're looking at the dramatic productions in the theater, they're Thursday through Sunday, maybe a couple of weekends in a row for the productions. The Gibby is sort of more of an ongoing
Right.
event. I mean, the
Right.
classes go on a daily basis. And of course, we try to reach out to the community. We do a lot of things with students. We have a new group coming in this year with the Brain Injury Association of Delaware and having classes focused on their
So
folks.
I can go down
So
and learn how to create art too.
You really can.
Yeah, I did that on this. I tell you what, I started painting because
You have opened up a can of worms now,
The guy
sir.
came on, an artist came on and showed me a couple strokes and stuff, and I was able to create something. I thought, I can do more than stick people.
And there's lots of different
Not
art,
much
of course. Not much more.
Not much more. No, but I
Yeah.
found that art is in the eye of the beholder, I guess, as they say.
And we tried to do a lot of things for local artists. I
Right,
mean,
right.
it's sculptors and painters and
Yeah, right.
photographers, and they
You
all
could
can
actually have a
their-
showing,
show
Tim,
their
at the
wares.
Gibby.
We do.
Yeah, and I got to get
Bargain
that.
rates.
Yeah, we're gonna get in trouble because they're gonna start waving fingers at me and stuff in a minute.
1 minute.
Yeah, and I don't know what fingers they're gonna wave at us. So, but upcoming events we talked about in the Gibby and everything. For more information, I guess I can go to the website itself and
You can.
You have it all laid
Beautiful
out there for
website.
We
us.
have it all laid out. It's www.everetttheatre.com.
Yeah, and of course.
That's why you wore the shirt. Oh, I got
We
you.
won't forget that. It's even printed upside. No, it's not.
Specially made.
But it's nice to have somebody with your energy and somebody that because Bobby talked a lot about you, and Bobby's a very, very dear friend, and he just said this guy wants this Everett Theater to take off and be more than what it is now.
We do. I think it's a gem.
Yeah,
It's a gem
yeah.
in the rough,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
need to polish it and.
But
do
it takes money, and I know that when it comes to arts, it takes people sponsor it. I mean,
Yes.
it takes that public support to make it happen and
Yep.
everything. I mean, you make a little bit off the plays and stuff, but it's really not enough to take care of the maintenance on a building that's 90.
Shoot, probably
years
doesn't
old.
even pay for the
You know?
lights.
So what's the other ways people can get?
I appreciate that
Yeah.
lead-in, Tim, because that is one of the issues we're challenged with is fundraising issues. We have a lot of things that we'd like to do with the building. It's a very old building. It needs new structure, new insulation, new furnaces, et cetera. So we are looking for the local community to help us a little bit in some of the things that we'd like to do and get in the position where we can do them to the best of our ability.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to make our commitment to make you guys more known in the community throughout the entire state, not
That
just in
would be
Middletown
wonderful.
and down in that area, but we want to be sure that they hear about everything that's going on in the Everett as far as here in Newcastle County and beyond the borders, wherever we go.
Wherever we
so,
go.
Yeah, so we can reach out and touch more people. For more information, go to the website. We're going to tell you a lot more about the Everett. Don, we want to thank you for taking
Thank
the time.
you.
Are we going to see you in a production, hopefully? Are you trying out for anything?
Well, they've talked to me a few times. I haven't really committed yet, but I'm not real to
I'm
get
there
out
with
either.
you. I'm there with you. Don, thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Stay
so
with
much,
us. We'll be
Tim.
right back right after this.
Thank you.